driving less.
Driving
But
less.
creating communities where you don't have to drive. So if we could have all walked here tonight, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Walkable, livable communities.
Yes.
I took a bus.
One more.
So, well, the whole transportation sector, there's a lot of things you
Is it
can do
one-way
within
bus?
transportation.
Right.
And out here in the Farmington Valley, transportation is our #1 generator of carbon output.
Yes.
So it could be, you know, combine your trips, don't make as many trips, carpool, you know, if you can walk, do that, ride a bike, you know, anything that it can reduce how much fossil fuel you're using to get from one place to another. EV instead of gas guzzler.
All right, those are all exactly what we've been learning, and kind of I think we're processing it, and it's different answers, but it's all true. When I think of reduce your carbon footprint, because I think in metaphors, I think of footprints on the beach. I think of somebody walking on the sand and just seeing footprints. And it's been very hard for me to get my brain around how that translates to reducing emissions in my life. So I'm going to argue maybe we should change the conversation. Instead of talking about reducing your footprint, which we all get, right? But maybe isn't the best way to explain it to kids or to anyone really. I'm going to suggest we start trying to reframe it so we can explain it better. Because sometimes the science Twitter people talk about it all the time. We regular people don't understand anything they're saying. So we've got to come from the science people, regular people, coming together to figure out a story, a narrative that makes sense that we can then carry with us as we act. So I'm going to introduce you to this guy. Okay, let's give him a name. He's our friend. What's his name? Bob. Okay. So Bob went to the doctor. And just bear with me, there is a reason to this run. Bob went to the doctor and he got some bad news. He has some pretty serious heart disease and lots of other things. Okay, he's got like 15 different things wrong with his body. And the doctor's like, look, Bob, listen, this isn't great. Okay, you're never going to go back to, and let's say Bob's around my age, he's in his late 40s. You're never going to go back to being 21 and super healthy. However, we caught it early enough that you know we can reverse this, or at least get you to a point where you can live a really healthy, happy life. So Bob is probably going to do one of two things. Maybe his wife is with him, and they go home and they sit down to kind of process this whole thing. And he's either going to go in two directions. The first direction is that doctor doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay? The second direction is, oh my God, I'm going to die. Now, let's just assume he probably goes back and forth for a couple weeks. His wife is very reasonable, talks him down, and is like, look, Bob, this is not a big surprise, okay? It's not just the fact that, you know, you have been smoking a couple packs a day since you were 16. It's also that we eat McDonald's 2-3 meals a day, and your work life is so stressful that you can barely function. And because you have so many health issues, you really don't leave the couch unless you're at work, which is on the computer, so you don't ever leave the couch. So she kind of wakes him up, and Bob's like, okay, you're right. And yet he understands, he gets it, he knows there's hope, he knows he's not doomed, but he doesn't know where to begin. He's lost. He's been living like this his whole life. What do you give up first? And so he may start to say, you know what, I'm just going to take the pills the doctor gave me, and I'm sure that'll help. Or I'm just going to do that surgery they said, because that'll probably fix me. It takes him time to realize it's more than just a surgery or a pill. It's lots of stuff you need to do, Bob. And so as Bob is processing all this and trying to figure out, okay, yeah, this is something I can do, but I don't even know where to begin, his doctor quits and goes away. And now he has no doctor. It's his job to find a really good doctor eventually, but now he doesn't even know how to find a new doctor, and now he's stuck. And over time, he starts to be reasonable and rational and figure out one at a time how he's going to incorporate these things into his life. It's not going to be easy, but he has the will to want to be healthy and live a good life. So I will argue that Bob is us, and that we have been told by scientists, right, that that we're sick. Our planet is sick. We're not doing well. We're not goners right now. But all these things that we've been addicted to have to change, or it's not going to look so good. And unfortunately, by the way, your doctor quit, and our doctor at this moment in time is our government.